We're going to talk a little bit about stair climbing. Now, the wonderful thing about running is we have a lot of different variations of things that we do with running. We do triathlon, and we do trail running, and we do road running, and we get into obstacle events and color runs and things like that. And actually, a sport that's been around for quite a while is stair climbing, which a lot of people may not even really realize. And two great groups that do a lot of them around the United States are the Cystic Fibrosis organization, as well as the American Lung Association, which is for obvious reasons. And about a week ago in Denver, we had the American Lung Association Fight for Air Climb at the Republic Plaza in Denver. And yours truly, actually, while I've been behind the scenes for many years, partook in the event and actually raced the event. It was arguably one of the toughest events I've ever done. And this is coming from somebody that has done marathons and even an ultra. It's a very intense thing, and you make the mistake of going out really fast, and it is incredibly hard, and your legs lock up and nothing flat. But it's quite an amazing sport, and one of the things that I've talked with a lot of elites about, that I've become really good friends with over the years, is how incredibly great of a workout it is. And it is another variation of running, and a lot of times it's known as tower running, because you're running up a building as fast as you can, and everybody thinks that it's not that difficult, but it really is. And I encourage you, if you've never done one before, you should get involved with that. In fact, we are lucky in Colorado. Not only do we have a lot of mountains and things to climb to help us train, but with the Fight for Air Climb, and then the Cystic Fibrosis actually has an event in June that's going to be taking place out at Sports Authority Field at Mile High, where you get to climb around the stadium. And that same month, also, Children's Hospital Colorado has an event at the Air Force Academy at their stadium, Falcon Stadium, doing the exact same thing. So there's a lot of great opportunities to get involved in doing these climbs. And I think they're a really fun thing to do. And I want to tell you a little bit about how to train for them as well, because if you've never done one, I encourage you to do it. You got to get out there and try it. And one of the most important things is, and this seems completely obvious and duh, and this was probably paid for the government that spent millions of dollars to come up with a study, but if you want to get good at stair climbing, guess what? Climb stairs. But here's the key thing, is that when you are climbing them, one of the things to do is that you sometimes want to be able to use your upper body. So a lot of people think that you want to just start running up the stairs as fast as you can, and it's more about pace, it's more about quick pace, because if you try to run upstairs as fast as you can, you're only going to make it about 10 stories, and then you're going to be shot. The one thing that about stair climbing is that it's a aerobic and anaerobic activity that hits you all at once. You are trying to bring in oxygen so quickly into your body through your lungs, and that exchange of getting carbon dioxide out of your body and get oxygen in and feed your muscles so that they can continue to go, happens so fast, and that exchange happens so fast that you go into a lactic acid issue right away, and your muscles will lock up very quickly. So I made the mistake the first time I ever actually unofficially did a stair climb, sweeping up an event, and went up real fast, and I got about barely 10 stories into it, and I could barely move my legs at all. So the most important thing is that when you're doing a stair climb, is you just want to take it at a quick pace. The other thing too than stair climbing is you might wonder, well, I bet you take 2 stairs at a time, or you take stairs really small steps really quickly going up each staircase or each stair. The truth of the matter is that it's kind of both. It depends a little bit on the stair system. If you can do 2, that's great, but you may not do that for the whole time. Switch off. So a lot of times when the elites, you might think they're just running up those things as fast as they can, and yeah, there's a couple of them that are completely, I think, bred with mountain goats, that they can do that. But the reality is that a lot of times you alternate. So you might do a stairwell where you're taking steps by every 2 steps, and then the next one you switch off. And that'll actually save your muscles quite a bit of time. That will actually save your muscles so that you have a lot of energy left and not overtax any one of them, because you will be using different muscles, whether you're doing single step or double step. The other thing too is I highly recommend about stair climbing is it's a fantastic exercise for staying in shape, and it's a great exercise to help acclimate you with all your running and actually help improve your running, because it helps really strengthen those legs and your quads, and it gives it a different variation that we're not used to. Plus, cardiovascularly, it's fantastic, because it is, even though it's a short burst of time that you're climbing these things, it will do wonders for your VO2 max and cardiovascular system. To give you an idea, I'm used to running marathons, and I have never actually ever wanted to felt like I was going to puke after doing a marathon, but I can tell you after doing a stair climb, I certainly thought I was gonna puke it. It was the hardest 10 minutes of exercise I've ever done. And if you've ever done CrossFit, it's a little bit kind of like the same thing, very high intense. So those are some basic tips, nothing really extravagant about it, but I highly encourage you, and we're gonna be showing some pictures of some stair climbers and things like that through this, to get involved with it. If you wanna find out more about stair climbing, there's towerrunningusa.com. They have a lot of great tips and information out there, and highly get involved in that. And believe it or not, there are world and US rankings, so get out there and get ranked.